This video is for educational and entertainment use only. The views in this video do not necessarily represent the views or life of Marlon
Back
Dixon.
to another episode of Duffle LO. Sit down. We right back at it again. Last episode told you guys about the infected deer. This episode, I'm gonna tell you guys about what's going on in 2022 with people's savings account. So I read an article a few days ago about how Americans is gonna have to like draw down their savings, which means with a lot of stuff going on in the world, with the viruses, with this closing, inflation, with the debasement of the dollar, with all this stuff going on, the savings that everybody been holding on to, they're gonna have to start using it to survive and to take care of themselves this year. So let me go ahead and just share my screen and get into the article so I can show you guys real quick. Okay, here we are right here. So this is the article right here. Yeah, these are all the piggy banks, as you guys can see. And as you guys see, it's on Quartz. Americans will be forced to draw down their savings in 2022. So they're showing you all the piggy banks because people are going to start needing to break into the piggy banks. And this is from a few days ago, December 30th. Today's still July 2nd. I said July 2nd. Today's January 2nd, 2022. But let's get into the article. In 2022, Americans are going to be dipping into their savings as pandemic-related support from Congress and the Federal Reserve recedes. Now, what that means is Congress and the Federal Reserve have been printing money. And you have to understand, when they print money, inflation goes through the roof, cost of stuff go through the roof. There's a lot of money, and then a lot of people have more money with all these stimulus checks to be able to go and spend for this and be able to help with this and spend for that, to pay for this and to be able to survive. All these programs they came out with to help people with their mortgages, help people with their rents, help people with extra food stamps to be able to pay for things. And then they came out with some programs to where you can go get some food. So all this help during this pandemic. They saying that the pandemic related support from Congress and the Federal Reserve recedes. That means it comes back. So now they're no longer giving money out. Now it's receding, it's going backwards. So most people got to really understand that. So as of November, 2 months ago, workers were putting away less money from their wages into savings compared to what they were saving pre-pandemic. This spells the end of the higher levels of savings seen during the pandemic. So obviously, during the pandemic, everybody don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going on. So a lot of people was working and then they were saving their money. A lot of people was working, they were saving their money. A lot of people was paying down their debt. They was paying down their credit cards, paying down this. When the reality of a lot of people understand how America is set up, like you understand that it's a capitalistic society, money needs to keep flowing. And when money needs to keep flowing, debt needs to keep on being created. When debt is created, money is created. So a lot of people are in debt and need to be in debt for the flow of money to keep on continuously going. So this is that shows you basically like how the savings was. Let me see why does this look like this. We gotta go back. Let's go back and click on another one that says the same thing. So let's go to this one, since it's talking about the same thing. There we go. There we go. So this one is better. Okay. So yeah, it's actually from the same people, but I don't know why the other one didn't let me see the entire article. But so into the future, the savings rate will shrink more slowly, noted Jason Furman, the former head of the U.S. Council on Economic Advisors in the Obama administration. Americans are set to eat up about $5 billion extra a month out of a 2.5 trillion in savings. So basically, everybody understand, you go to the bank, you get on your phone, it's going to tell you all you have this in the bank. They have access to all this information, so they know how much people have in a savings account. They just run an algorithm, count it all up, and then they just give a whole number, like approximately this. It might be 2.5, 632, all that stuff. Might be some of that, but they're just gonna say 2.5 trillion. But they understand that with how the economy is gonna go, a lot of people are gonna start needing to take from their savings to spend, take from their savings to spend. And I'm gonna tell you a little bit of why this is like this. A lot of people have began to quit their jobs. A lot of people was getting free money on unemployment. So they was able to take that free money that they was getting from not having a job, and they was making more by not working. So some people was actually saving that. But 2022, that's gonna get ready and change. So the US savings rate peaked in the summer of 2020, and with most pandemic-related government benefits ending in 2021, Americans will probably be scraping the bottom of the barrel of those excess savings by the summer of 2022, says James, an economist at the University of Texas. So that little money that y'all put away, most of us, we would say, that little money that's put away, a lot of people is going to have to be dipping into that and scraping the bottom of it by the summer because they already understand what's going to come. So if it's another shutdown and that people are meant to stay home and they're not going to give out unemployment, this time around, what's going to happen? All of the savings that everybody have, they're going to have to start trying to get that to try to take care of themselves. So people need to understand that. There's an urge to get back to normal, and back to normal is a state of considerable fragility. It's a new normal, is basically what they're saying. The savings rate has the potential to fall further if Americans get new access to debt, or to the debt they currently carry becomes more burdensome. So when they say the debt that you currently carry, student loan interest, when they get ready and start back going on, you got to get ready to start making those student loan payments. You got to get ready to make those credit card payments that you already got for everybody that was, doing what they was doing, spending the PPPs, all that. And then that's also another debt that's going to be held over a lot of people's head when the government catch up with you and start trying to get money for that. The money that you save from the unemployment, you're going to have to start dipping into that, because now you don't want to go back to work, because now they forcing back. I ain't gonna say it, but they telling people, if you ain't got that, you can't get a job, or you can't work at certain jobs. So it's making people have to either get it or don't work. And for those that's not thinking about getting it or not gonna get it, they're not gonna work, but you're not gonna get this unemployment no more. So if you ain't got no savings, or if you do got savings, you're gonna have to start spending that to take care of yourself. Although it should stabilize around the current rate, when the Fed begins to raise rates, there will be a period where some consumers may take out new loans to cover existing loans that they are struggling to pay, and see their savings rates dip further. So you already got a loan, but you can't afford it. So you're going to go take out another loan to pay this loan. So what that is, you have credit card debt, and then you're going to go take this credit card to pay that credit card. So now all you did was this credit card becomes zero, and now this credit card holds that balance. The debt didn't go nowhere. You just paid the debt, and all you did was moved it from one hand to the other. And they understand that. So when they say there will be a period where some consumers may take out new loans, they know that some people is going to have to keep on shifting money real fast to try to, keep up with what's going on. But they said when the Fed begins to raise rates, but so when the Fed begins to raise rates, so when they say raising rates, they talking about the interest rates. So right now, interest rates at zero. When they start to raise those rates, a lot of these loans won't be near zero, because who's borrowing money at 0% interest rate? The rich. The rich are able to borrow $50 billion and pay zero interest on that. All they got to do is pay that $50 billion back. People with good credit, they might be able to borrow, something for a home, $250,000 at 3-4%. That's still not bad. But if they raise the rates from 0 to 1 or 2%, that 3-4% goes to like 6-7%. And if you got bad credit and you end up at a 6% interest rate, your 6% might end up going about 12-13%. So it's going to get critical for a lot of people. That's basically what they're saying. The poor are back in the same position, unable to save. working paycheck to paycheck. Once I get it, gotta give it. Once I get it, gotta give it. Once I get it, gotta give it. Because they so behind on a lot of their bills. And it's like, the crazy thing is, I'm gonna see if I'll be able to show it. Because I literally just posted this today. I posted this today on Facebook. Like, I try to put a lot of this stuff on Facebook to try to help people with what's going on in the world. A lot of people don't pay attention to it. It's I know it, so it's okay with me. They don't know it. So now, 6 hours ago, I said, if you guys can see that. I don't know if you can see it, but I basically said let me screenshot it just so you can see. It's 2:29 right now. Hopefully I got that screenshot. Let me stay on my phone. I say the only difference between the rich and the poor is information. Hashtag facts, knowledge is power. And in my post, I said, knowledge is power, but actually executing what you know is even more powerful. That was 6 hours ago. I got 2 likes. 2. 1 share. I'm pretty sure one of the people that liked it probably shared it. So that's that. You'll see the names. I'm trying to put the picture in there if I edit it. The reason why I said that is the difference is information is because people are poor because they have a poor mindset and they don't understand things, and they don't want to understand things. Although they may say, oh, I wish things would go like this. A lot of people don't take the steps to actually get that. And this, what this is telling you right here, the majority of these excess savings are held by rich people, which means there's no poor people holding these excess savings. A senior fellow in economic studies, that's Wendy. Lower income households look to have increased checking account balances by about $500 since pre-COVID. If they don't have a job, that won't go far. They know you only got $500 in your checking account. That's what you have in excess, $500. How far can $500 get you? A lot of y'all watching this right now, like, man, $500, that ain't even rent. That ain't even my car note. I just spent that yesterday on a shirt. Like, so you have people that do not have access to any resources or any funds, and they're finna get ready and take back those resources that they normally was giving people. So now another thing, my theory, like I said, when they start taking stuff back, you got to understand this. Medicaid, I'm gonna put probably that article next. Millions of people finna get ready to lose their Medicaid in 2022. The next thing to go is FIP. FIP gonna get ready and go. They might lower EBT. They might lower a lot of this stuff. They gonna lower and teeter off until they just take the whole program away. Now people gonna need to be taking care of themselves. But if you already have resources to some of these programs to help you, but you only got $500 in your checking account, and that 500 ain't gonna go far, what happened when those programs is no longer implemented? So that's why I want to get you guys to start thinking. So, contrary to popular belief, dwindling savings won't spur people to find more work, said Kate Bond, interim chief economist at Washington Center for Equitable Growth. There is mounting evidence that has shown precisely the opposite. Savings and income support has shown to provide workers with a type of foundation and stability to match into better jobs that pay more, and they'll stay at longer. So basically, if you had a job that actually paid you adequately to be able to take care of your livelihood and your life, your people and all that stuff, then you actually stay at that job longer. But because there's not those type of jobs around that people can actually take care of themselves, minimum wage still $7.25. Some states is raising minimum wage, but in some of those states, depending on where you live at, that even if the minimum wage was $15, $16, that you still would be living below the poverty line. But people not understanding why. So this article basically tell y'all, like, look, people ain't got savings. People don't have savings. They not savers. They spenders. They consumers. And you have to understand what the word consumer means. Consumer means you're consuming something. So this apple right here, per se, this is an apple while I'm holding it. I can go sell this apple to somebody for $1, and I have $1 instead of this apple. But as a consumer, I'm going to eat the apple, and then I don't make the dollar. That's what a consumer is. They consume things because they use. They don't sell, they use. So I just had to show y'all this real quick. Like, a lot of people ain't gonna get ready and have like no money in a savings account because they're gonna need to use it. And a lot of people already don't have a lot of money in a savings account. And it was a rapper that ended up saying, I forgot his name, but he was on, I think, Big Facts podcast. And he had said, like, why would I go work a 9 to 5 job for 2 weeks and then get a small check when I could just go rob somebody for 5 to 7 thousand? That's the thinking of the youth these days. Why should I go work when I could just go rob? But not understanding that when you actually robbing, what you're actually doing is putting your life in danger, because every robbery is not successful. And you not only putting your life in danger, putting your freedom in danger, because they might end up, hey, trying to fight back. Now you might got to shoot them, you kill them, now it turned to a murder. So it's like all of this is the mindset of how people are being raised and how people think. So thinking is what's controlling people's behavior. So imagine if that one shorty that said that he think like that. Imagine if all the youth that get in these situations to where they family ain't got that $500 to stretch their life, and they ain't got nothing to eat, they ain't got no place to stay, they getting ready to get kicked out. What do you think gonna start happening in a lot of these neighborhoods, especially in these big cities? Crime rate is gonna go up. Murders gonna go up. Inflation going up. Interest rates going up. It's going up. What they say, when it's up there, it's stuck there. Y'all gotta understand these words that everybody is using, but it's literally in your face. So that's all I gotta say for this video. Hopefully you guys learned something. I showed you guys the article. Here's the article, the name of the people that wrote the article. Is it at the bottom? Nope. Well, hey, it's about courts. So you guys just the name of the article. All you gotta do is just Google that and it'll pop up. And as you can see, the first article was dated December 30th, and it only showed you a few. But this one is dated today, January 2nd. So it's like this is what's really going on right now. So I hope you guys got some savings. I hope you guys got some plans. I hope you guys been paying attention. I've been trying to explain a lot of this stuff to people for years, but nobody wanted to pay attention. So it's it's nothing that I can do now, but just still try to give out the information, and people take the information and do what it is that they want to do with it. I'm starting Zoom calls to where I invite people to the Zoom. People pay a small amount to come to the Zoom, and I start giving them this information, other information that's not being put out right away. Give them the information before I give it to everybody else, and explaining them what they should do or what I would do in that situation. That's what I would say, what I would do. I can't tell them what to do. I can't give financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Although I am in law school, I do have an accounting degree, but I'm not a financial advisor. But in situations that I've been in before and that I understand, I give people my advice, hey, this is what I did and this is why it worked out. This is what I would do because I understand this. So that's all I got to say. Hope you guys have a savings. I hope you guys have a plan. Everything will be okay as long as you think through it and you change your mindset. So that's all I got to say.
This video is for educational and entertainment use only. The views in this video do not necessarily represent the views or life of Marlon Dixon.